Houston, why is it so hard to deal with flooding? We had reporters on yesterday saying even an inch of rain in the Houston area could be really challenging for them to deal with.
Well, I just think the location of the city, the fact that we just get runoff from other places that comes here, and here the last, 5-10 years where there's been so much growth that, there's a lot more activity in the city. And it's actually produced over 1 million people here that were here for the last hurricane, so they don't realize how quickly we flood, and so we have a lot of people standing across the region in their cars, and we've got at least 19 times that's been trying to make assessment from people.
Were people given enough warning, you think? I mean, it's always hard to predict exactly where hurricanes are going to hit, where they're going to hit the hardest, and what the aftermath is going to look like. For the residents of Houston, you feel they were prepared enough for what they're now experiencing today?
Well, if you look at this storm, the nature of the storm, the magnitude of the storm, and the fact that even all the weather experts and the meteorologists and the you shot some of the modeling, there's all over the place. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. This is one of the most unique storms, I think, in kind of happening law enforcement. One of the never seen a natural disaster like this, and I'm not personally saying in California for a couple of years, and this is just something someplace.
National Guard, Arnold Rick Jenkins there live, didn't see National Guard being mobilized in any areas yet. Of course, he's in one section of the city, so we don't know. What about that? Has that been called in? Talk about the relationship right now at the state level.
Well, we have a great relationship, and we have a great state with a lot of assets, but again, I think about what's happened last year is that this storm has gone to the Gulf Coast here in St. Texas, it's moved its way north, it's come back, and the problem of it is this ranger just doesn't want to move quickly, won't move out of the area for days, and so we do have a task force coming in. We're hoping for a break in the weather so we can get some aircraft, the East Coast producers out, and search for check it out, and the Coast Guard aircraft out for the connecting rescues and doing assessment. So we do have more high-water vehicles moving towards here from San Antonio, from California, and I'm sure in the upcoming hours and days you're going to see a lot more help coming to help us in this weather.
Chief, along those lines, specifically with regard to your department, can you describe the number of resources, manpower that you have out there currently dealing with a catastrophic situation?
Well, we didn't expect this, we expected it, we didn't expect it till Sunday or Monday, but despite that, we actually went what we call rapid alert, where every storm member has been working 12 hours, a minimum 12 hours, since Friday at 6 p.m. to get a rhythm going, and we want to make sure that we have our supplies on and everything else. So it's all hands on deck, where the department got 1,500 sworn and 1,600 support, and it's all hands on deck, and it's going to manage what it does until we get up in these tools.
But the big challenge at this point is getting people from water. They are stuck on their rooftops, if they're stranded in their cars, people, especially with health conditions, that need to get to a hospital. What can you tell us about what the rescuers are doing to give people, if they can, what they need just in terms of food and water and assistance?
Well, that's what we do with people there, and that is, we need people that are just seeing a little bit of water, 2 feet of water, not the panic inside their homes. Do not call 911 unless they absolutely got with that situation, because the 911 system in the region, members of the region the city was 2.3 million people, in a region of 6.5 million people, if not more. We have to make sure that we're exercising diligence in terms of not calling 911 if they can absolutely get with that situation. That's what we can public not the panic, be patient, and we will get to them.
Chief, we'll get you after on this. When you prepare for the absolute worst situation that you could imagine as a police chief, is this the worst case scenario?
You know what, I've been through Los Angeles riots, I've been through floods, fires, I've never seen in 31 plus years of policing this widespread flooding. So I think when it's done, because it's going to be a field-over event, so this might end up being a historical flood for this state nation.
Unbelievable, the police chief there. Thank you so much for being with us. We wish you all the luck, and the days ahead are a lot to be done there.
Lots of prayers with you, sir.
I mean, Rick, you're following this, you heard it right there from the police chief, and his 31 years of covering disasters in that area, he has never, ever seen anything quite like this.
Yeah, and that's from about 20 inches of rain that has fallen in Houston since the rain started yesterday. This gives you an idea. It's not just a neighborhood in Houston. Some of the floods we've seen there over the last couple of years have been kind of one neighborhood or one side of town. This is not the case. This is how much rain has fallen already. Remember we were saying that we might see some spots that models were outputting things like 15-inch rainfall totals. We don't know exactly where that kind of thing would fall. Looks like it's happening a little bit farther east than we had initially anticipated, which is toward the Houston. It's kind of being agreed upon in a lot of the models is a little bit of a south and then northern return. So this puts a lot of the moisture back toward the Houston area. Unfortunately, probably guys another 20 to 30 inches to go in the Houston area of rain over about a 3-day period. So we're always seeing that kind of flooding now. Think about what is to come.
Great, thank you so much. We'll get back to you soon.
Unbelievable. All right, President Trump and his administration monitoring Harvey's devastation and planning their response. How are they doing so far? Chris Wallace is here with that angle next.
Plus, Energy Secretary Rick Perry was on the call with the president as they track Harvey's path. The secretary, who's also governor of that state of Texas, he's joining us live. Just ahead, you don't want to miss that.
Laws changed after Katrina. That was a big wake-up call to everyone, and one of the things that they learned was that FEMA hadn't pre-positioned a lot of equipment and personnel, trailers, things like that on the ground before, and then of course once you had the devastation, it was hard to get it there. So they had pre-positioned a lot of people, a lot of equipment in Texas, near to the scene, obviously not in the scene because we had done damage before, and clearly also a wake-up call from Katrina. President Trump and his team realizes that administration is judged and judged very harshly by how well it does in protecting our fellow Americans, and you can tell that this president and the team that he's got around him have taken this very seriously. The president was at Camp David this weekend and conducted a video conference call with his entire cabinet and the vice president who were in the Situation Room in the White House. As you say, he's just been tweeting. So they understand, first of all, just as their responsibility to take care of the fellow Americans, but also in a political sense that the competence of an administration is judged by how they handle this kind of situation, just like it's judged by a mayor by how well they clean up the streets after a huge snowstorm.
Right, absolutely. We'll never forget Hurricane Katrina and just the impact that can have on a political career. I mean, these are really important times, most importantly the safety of the people that are being affected. And now, no doubt, as you mentioned in Camp David, they're trying to figure out when the best time is to get on the ground there in Texas, because that's obviously a really important thing, to be there as president, to show the citizens that you were there helping them whatever they need, but you got to get that timing right.
Yeah, and here's part of the point. When the president travels, there are a lot of things that are involved in terms of security, in terms of resources. You want to be there at a key time. You don't want to be there too early where it interferes with the first responders. And as someone pointed out, look, the whole world's attention is on that part of Texas right now because of the hurricane, but after the rains subside and after they begin to clean up, that may be a much more important time in terms of presidential attention to focus America and to focus the world and to get folks to dig into their pockets and contribute money to groups like the Red Cross for disaster relief and also to help all those folks who are going to go back to their communities and see they have absolutely nothing there.
Chris, we just got some first live pictures this morning of people being stranded and trying to get to higher ground. You can see on our screen, this is the first time we've seen this. Just horrific as they're trying to make their way down what was once a street, now a river. We heard, and I don't know, Chris, if you were prepared for our show, if you had heard the police chief of Houston on this.
Tethering himself, I believe.
Tying to a telephone pole trying to get across this waterway here. Art Acevedo, the police chief of Houston, Chris was on our show a short time ago. I said this is the worst he's ever seen it. He was in the LA riots, 31 years. He's never seen anything like this, Chris.
Yeah, look, Houston particularly has, because they've got all these rivers and creeks going through the center of the city, has a real tendency to get flooded by a storm. But folks are saying they've never seen anything like that. And boy, this is dramatic. We talk about Americans helping other Americans in a situation like that. I mean, basically saved that man's life.
And human shame right there.
What's so hard about this too, Chris? I mean, you've got your show coming up, you have the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, on it, and what's so Tillerson. What's so difficult in these situations for the local officials, the mayors, the governors, people on the ground, is you want to get out there to help your citizens, but this situation is so dire, it is so dangerous, the rain is apparently not going to stop for maybe a few days now. It's hard to get to where you want to be, so give us a sense of what the local officials, including the governor of Texas there, would be doing right now, trying to monitor the situation and to help.
Well, you're exactly right. I mean, you got to do a balance in that. But on one hand, if there are people in need, people in help, you've got to be sure, because some people did not evacuate. There were voluntary evacuations in a number of those communities. And people are stuck in very dire situations. On the one hand, you want to help them. On the other hand, you don't want to endanger other people going in to see them. It's one of the questions I have for the governor at the top of the hour. We'll be dropping to Governor Abbott. You know, at this point, the casualties like bad seem remarkably small for this kind of catastrophic event. 2 dead, about 14 injured. But you've got to know, particularly in places like Rockport, and we're going to have a report live from Rockport at the top of the hour on Fox News Sunday, that they haven't been able to get into a lot of those neighborhoods, and when they do, unfortunately, tragically, you know that the casualty count is going to rise.
Chris, thank you very much for your time this morning. Obviously, a big show coming up, and the focus clearly will be on the horrific situation there in Texas. Chris Wallace, thank you very much. Thank you. We're going to go live now back to Griff Jenkins. He is in Houston. We've seen his pictures all morning long. Horrific flooding there. We're going to listen in right now. I believe he has a motorist to speak to. Griff?
That's right. We're here on this overpass, the same place we've been sort of stuck because I heard we're talking to another motorist. What's your name, sir?
Malcolm Antoine.
Malcolm, where are you going and what's happening out here?
I'm trying to get to Augusta and San Felipe. And there's just no way to get there. Because every line I've taken, there's water and drinking water.
As we sit on this overpass, have you tried to go down this way to get off on any of these exits?
I've tried 4 times to exit 59 and Chimney Rock, and it didn't work. I've also went all the way down to First Colony, 59 and First Colony. There's water all the way down there. There's water on 59 and Murphy Road.
Malcolm, where are you trying to go? Are you trying to get home?
I'm trying to get home. I'm trying to get to Augusta and San Felipe.
Do you have family there?
No, I'm single. I'm a single man.
And have you talked to your neighbors? Do you know if your home is under damage?
No, I haven't talked to any of my neighbors.
And, you know, the situation that's deteriorating here, the question is, what will folks out here do? What's your plan?
My plan is just to ride it out till the water goes down. I'm going to keep trying every hour or so, going down, check and see if there's any water down the feeder road. If there's water down the feeder road, I'm backing back up to higher ground.
And you are aware, they're saying now we could have rains into Wednesday, a flash flood warning now until Thursday.
I'm prepared to fight it out. I'm not going to let my car get flooded.
Yeah, Abby, our host back in New York, Abby, what's your question on
Well, Robert feels like he got enough notice to get out of there in time. Does he feel like he was given the warning that they would be seeing this much rain, so he was able to get home safely?
Malcolm, Abby asked, do you feel like you were given enough notice, enough warning to prepare for this situation you find yourself in now?
Yes, I am. Yes, I was. Yes, I knew about this since Thursday.
All right.
I just went to work.
Well, thank you. That's the situation playing out here on this overpass as Malcolm and I and some of these other motorists sit here trying to figure out what's the next move. Malcolm here, possibly stuck here for days, guys.
Thanks, Chris. We want to take a look on the right side of your screen now. These coming in from our Fox affiliate here, Fox 26. Unbelievable as motorists just trapped cars underwater. And we also want to bring in Energy Secretary, former Texas Governor Rick Perry at this hour to talk about this devastation. Governor, Mr. Secretary, tell us what is happening right now inside this administration, and being a Texan, this has just got hit hard.
Well, the president's on top of this. Obviously, you saw from yesterday, his video conferencing. We got another one today at 11 o'clock. FEMA's working. Good news is we got some really great people. Brock Long over at FEMA, he's a former state emergency manager guy, just like a young kid back in Texas. Governor Abbott's doing a fabulous job. So we understand our role here, and the states are the lead agency. Obviously, the governor's office, the lead agency is emergency management. We learned a lot over the last decade about how to deal with these big storms. I think that's part of the reflection with the being able to move people out of harm's way. Pre-positioning, as Chris Wallace talked about earlier, we learned something new every event, whether it was Ike, whether it was Rita, whether it was Dolly, whether it was Gustav, hurricanes that have come in and affected the state. So the administration is being very, very focused on this, making sure that the states, the local folks have everything that they possibly need to be supplied.
Secretary, you obviously know the city of Houston very well, the governor of Texas for so many years. We're seeing the footage right now of just horrific flooding, but from an infrastructure perspective, can you explain what is in store for the city of Houston over the course of the next 3 to 4 days?
Yeah, unfortunately, the low-lying city of Houston is going to be affected for a long time. I think that's one of the cautionary notes here, is that anyone trying to say, here's how long this recovery is going to last, they're just throwing jello at the wall. I mean, we don't know, but we need to be prepared for a really long recovery. I think it's important that the federal government knows this. We're going to be ready to assist. I'm going to be back on the phone with the electrical set, the coordinating council, and that group of people who are going to be ready to move utility folks in to get the power back up. It's just going to take a long time to recover, but our prayers are with these folks. The faith-based community is going to be very actively involved with getting shelter, but a long process, and I think this is one that we need to really hammer home, is that this is going to be maybe a different storm and a different recovery process than we've ever seen before.
Governor, this is your home, right? This is got to be so close to home for you. This is where your family is. You've been governor there for a number of years. We had on the police chief just a few moments ago saying in his 31 years of covering disasters, he's never seen anything quite like this. We had Governor Harvey on earlier, he called it apocalyptic. What is going through your mind as you are watching the same images that we are? You don't know when this is going to let up. You see people that are stranded in their cars. Who knows how many people are left without food, without water, not sure of when this will end. What is going through your mind as someone that loves the state of Texas, who has been there serving the state for such a long period of time?
Well, I mean, obviously lots of friends and even family in the Houston area and across that part of Texas. Nate and I live between Houston and Austin. There's no electricity back at our home now, but the good news is, we don't have the flooding that they've got in Houston. With that said, we have seen this before, not at this level. Allison was in, I think, 2001 while I was the lieutenant governor, and it was massive flooding over in the Houston area. These are resilient people, but with that said, they're going to need a lot of help. I got some friends in the country western world that's already called and said, hey, we want to come help do a concert when this is over. We're going to help pay for the cost. I mean, there'll be a lot of expenses out there, a lot of things that people don't have covered with insurance. Catastrophic is probably a word that's not overly used here with this event, and it's one that I hope Americans know that their citizens, their brothers and sisters are suffering right now. Like the government, both at the state, federal, and the local level, is going to do everything we can. We've got really capable people who are sitting in those spots, from the governor to the emergency management to the mayor of Houston and all the legislative thread of mine. They're doing a great job, and will continue to.
We didn't even get to ask you a question about your current job, which is energy, and all of the infrastructure there. We unfortunately were up against a hard break. We're seeing some dramatic images here, Governor, we've got to get back to. Governor, we know you've got a busy next few days ahead of you. We appreciate you stopping in for just a few moments here. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
It seems your best at it.
Thank you, Governor. Good to see you.
You know, these images that we're just seeing here, and our news crews panned off there for a moment in Fox 26 affiliate there in Houston, where we were seeing some dramatic pictures. It looked like a woman attempting to be rescued, was trying to flag down some passing motorists as some of those trucks were going all along there. We're going to come back, we're going to take a quick break, we're going to be right back, and we're going to show you more from Hurricane Harvey, Tropical Storm Harvey now in Houston. We'll check back in there when we come back.